Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here, and today we are watching another episode of ReZero. So, as you guys might see from my background and whatnot, I am actually not in my normal recording environment. I'm actually back home visiting my parents because it is actually Lunar New Year's. So, that is what we do, right? And I can't really get my normal recording set up, so I'm recording on essentially a potato right now. I do apologize in advance for the audio quality and the video quality, but it's just only for one episode, so hopefully you guys will still be able to understand me correctly and so on and so forth, right? But anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about the episode, right? Because last episode, man, that really got me hyped, right? That really got me going. I loved every second of it. We finally have some really cool well, I shouldn't say finally, but this is one of the first times where I feel like the enemies actually do mean something, right? And especially because this is happening in the past, so we don't have Subaru's abilities and whatnot. So it's kind of funny, right? Because everything has already happened, but Pandora honestly gives me much more dread and much more of a feeling of danger than any other enemy that we've met so far, right? And then obviously, what exactly happened in the past? How did everything that looked so, everything seemed so wholesome, everybody loved each other, and so on and so forth. How did everything turn to shit, right? So, I think it probably does have to do with the end of last episode where Emilia is heading towards the seal, but Pandora's there as well. Hey, I think she is going to open the Pandora's box, right? So, in any case, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. So the key is Emilia? Oh. Oh. New opening? Alright. Wait, actually, no. Actually, have we gone through the opening for this yet? I can't actually remember. That's the funny thing. This is... Huh. Long shot. Or is this like an entirely different... No, I actually think this is the first time we've seen it. That's funny because I was so concentrated on like what was happening within the story and all that. I never actually realized that we didn't have an opening yet. Yeah. Alright, so I guess this is the grand ending where everything is okay again. Still got quite a while before we get there, yo. Well, I think, no, the stakes are a bit larger than that. But hey, Emilia's just a child right now, so. It was just her herself, right? Wouldn't you be able to know? Man, this background music is really creepy, isn't it? And the heartbeat sound. So it has to do with her heritage? And that should be the correct decision, right? Oh. This guy. Holy shit. What is going to happen? Wait, is the actual Emilia and Echdina around here to observe her? Oof. That is creepy. I mean, oof. What about? Eh, this what caused him to go crazy? Oof. Damn, that is dirty. Yeah. Okay, so that's what caused him to turn crazy. Damn, Pandora is like seriously. That's what I'm saying though. Pandora is like out of all the enemies that we've seen so far, this is definitely the one that actually scares me. Wow. Emilia is so mature. Dude. Look at that gaping hole in her chest. Holy shit. I mean, damn. She is completely ruthless in the words that she has. Like, holy shit. I mean, I don't dislike this, but it's been a while since I've seen a character that, utilizes words to this effect. Against Gias as well, and then now against Emilia. Okay, so that's what caused the entire. Yeah. And herself as well. So where did Pandora go in the end then? Oof. Wait, so she has the abilities to erase memories, and yet she doesn't have the ability to just erase Emilia's promise with her mother? I wonder if it's a limit that she has, or it's just the fact that that goes against whatever kind of principles that she's following. So, in a way, would Echidna be the one who saved her? And the reason for that I'm saying this is because I do believe Puck was sent to her by Echidna. Except she accepts her past, right? So that's why she passed the trial. Yeah, still need to turn all of them back. Thank goodness they're just frozen and not dead, right? Yeah, if you live on, they can continue. As long as you live, there's hope. I mean, I definitely can't fault Emilia for thinking this way. You gotta remain positive and optimistic, right? Otherwise, how do you continue on? Well, she is the daughter of a witch. She definitely rubs off from Subaru, right? Agreed to take everything. Again, though, like Echdina definitely had a hand in Emilia's eventual release, right? Going back to Frozen Bonds, how when Puck first found Emilia, I'm also still kind of convinced that Puck is Fortuna. But I mean, I do at least, I'm pretty sure that, disregarding if Puck is Fortuna or not, I do feel pretty certain that Puck was sent by Echdina. And so we don't get to see what they talked about. Three pink hairs. Huh. Oh, is he back to? Yep. Okay, fair point. Blessed or whatever. Is it because he's insignificant or because he's been blessed? Oh, so Otto is the main heroine? No wonder you guys are saying he's best girl. And so now he's going to convince him to his side instead, right? Alright. Man, oh man. So, we finally understand exactly what happened in the past there and how the situation came to be. What happened to Emilia, what happened to the village, what happened to Fortuna and Gius and whatnot. But, at the very end of it all, I do feel like we ended on a pretty positive note, right? As Emilia herself said, but not just in the way that she resolved it, but if you think about it, it really is a situation where, hey, there is still hope, right? There is still a way to reverse a lot of the things that have happened, instead of it being like the CO has been open and now a lot of things are irreversible or whatnot. So I do like that. And once again, I have to say, Pandora is by far the scariest enemy within, or maybe not enemy, but antagonist within this series right now, right? She is definitely on a whole nother level from all the other characters, right? Not just in terms of her power, in terms of the way that she manipulates people and whatnot. Like we've seen plenty of antagonists before that are manipulative or have the pure raw strength, or maybe even like very mean and insulting with their words and whatnot, right? But definitely none to the extent that Pandora here has. Like, just think about it for a moment. Like, she literally has all this various, like, for instance, Ursa's Fortuna and Gis, right? She had like dozens of ways that she could have got rid of both of them, and yet she decided to use this one, this most horrifying way in order to allow Gis to kill. To kill Fortuna with his own hands, not only making Fortuna lose her life, but also making Gia's completely turn crazy, right? Then if you think about it, like there's literally so many different ways that you could have done to either kill them outright, or hey, maybe just with the power of her words that we saw her demonstrate last episode, she can literally say, hey, these two are not here, these two are sleeping, or so on and so forth, and they would simply be shoof, teleported away, right? And they would not be part of this at all either. So I don't know. I just feel like she she definitely is there. She has her own set of philosophies or principles or whatever you want to call it that she abides by, right? Or maybe you could also say that she's just a sadistic girl. But I think all in all, it feels more to me that there is still a certain set of rules or whatnot, however sort of twisted that and perverted that they may be, that she tries to follow, right? I think that has been the case for all the witches we've seen so far, and I think it's no different for Pandora either. Like, consider Emilia's situation at the very end there, right? If we know that Pandora has the ability to completely manipulate memories, make them forget about something, why can't she have just made Emilia forget about her promise to her mother, right? It would have been as simple as that, and then she could then sweet talk her way to asking Emilia to open the seal, right? And you would think that that would probably be the easiest solution to it all. So, you know, would you say that there? I mean, if you are already able to completely like block her memories at the very end there, like everything that happened here, and even sort of manipulate it in a way, then why can't she have selectively manipulated that part, right? I like sure maybe there is some more complicated inner workings in regards to how the key works and so on and so forth, but I instead do think that she is choosing the way. Pandora is choosing the way of doing these things because she has the ultimate goal of opening a seal is one thing, right? But she has to achieve it in her way, right? In the paths of the authority that she is on, right? However she chooses to interpret it or whatnot. I think this is something that is true for all the witches as well. And so we do still have this case right now where there is still hope. The seal hasn't been released yet. I mean, I definitely don't know what's behind the seal. I'm just gonna assume that it is definitely something that is going to completely destroy the world, right? Pandora's box, if you will. Although even with Pandora's box being open, the world wasn't exactly destroyed just like that, right? I mean, if we go back to the entire story of Pandora and whatnot, sure, you release all these calamities out, but then at the very end, there is still hope, right? So and this kind of ties into like the entire Pandora situation we're talking about, like which hope will you choose to Emilia as well. I did like that um, that sort of reference to the Pandora namesake, right? So once again, I think this ties into what I'm saying here, in that all the witches do have a set of rules that they follow, that defines their authority and whatnot, and they're not going to be able to just simply break away of it, because maybe then they would not be witches anymore, right? Like consider this. Maybe we can kind of view witches in this world sort of like the gods of some other fantasy works, right? Or divine beings or something of that sort, where they need to adhere to a certain set of rules or principles or stuff that make up their divine powers. And if they choose not to, if they don't do that, they would lose their divinity and fall back to being immortal or something, or definitely not a god anymore. There's a common trope in a lot of other web novels, light novels as well. So I think we can sort of draw experience from that to consider this situation. But definitely Pretty awesome development, all things considered, and I'm glad that we got to the end of this situation now. Now, one more big mystery remains, right? And that is Echidona's role in all of this, because I keep saying, right, although, I'm fairly convinced that Fortuna and Puck are somehow related, like maybe a reincarnation or something of that sort, but I'm not entirely 100% certain on that, right? However, what I am certain is back in Frozen Bonds, the voice that Puck was hearing, the contract that Puck signed with, the person that Puck signed a contract with was actually Echidna, right? I'm fairly certain of that voice, and that her voice actress was in Frozen Bonds as well. And Puck was definitely the first one there to see Emilia being thawed out and being revived, right? So once again, Echidna probably plays a much larger role amongst all this than we initially thought, right? And she's definitely not so easily sorted into either part of the protagonist side or part of the antagonist side. That was true with Subaru, but I think it actually runs even deeper than all that. She definitely has a much better understanding or whatnot of everything that has happened up to this point, and I think it's kind of safe to say that at least on this, the overall kind of thing, disregarding her personal opinions on both Subaru and Emilia, she probably is more or less on their side, right? I do feel that, again, from the last episode and this episode, her various facial expressions when seeing Pandora and when talking about Pandora and stuff like that, even though she still seems so sarcastic and so insulting towards Emilia and all that, I do get a kind of a feeling that it's more, how can I put it? Like, it's it's really hard to explain in words, but basically what I'm trying to say here is that at the end of the day, she is going to still be more so on the side of hoping that Subaru and Emilia can continue to push on and resolve whatever needs to be resolved at the end. She might not like it personally, but she knows deep down that that is the correct decision, right? So I do hope that we can get to her entire side of the story a bit more in the future. Potentially, once we get rid of this entire sanctuary thing, once we get through this entire sanctuary arc, maybe Echidna would be a bit more willing to open up and talk a lot more about what exactly happened in the past, the relationship between the different witches and whatnot. Like, what does Attila have to do with all this? What does Pandora have to do with all this? And more importantly, what does she think of the entirety of the situation, right? So we got that to look forward to. And then obviously, next episode, we got Subaru versus Roswell. I don't really think that they are just going to have an all-out brawl or something like that. I think more than that, Subaru is going to fight Roswell with words, right? Being like, hey, I've already broken your prophecy or whatnot. You can, if you follow me instead and you support me instead, I can also help you achieve the goal that you want to achieve, and so trust me, right? Come on my side. I think it's more or less going to be something like that, and I'm still thinking that Roswell at the very end there will still also decide to lend his help to Subaru as well, if just for completing whatever he needs to complete, right? Um, and beyond that, the entire auto situation, right? Like, I'm not really sure like what to make of it. Obviously, Otto being the sort of outlier out of everything does seem intriguing to me. I do wonder if it's kind of also because of the divine protection that he's been granted with that's causing him to fly under the radar, so to speak. I don't know if it has any relationship in that way, right? But just speculation, and it is pretty funny that Otto was indeed a critical part of all this, and yet not in anybody's plans and expectations or whatnot. And just as Subaru said, hey, this is, I guess for this particular arc, Otto is the main heroine, right? So anyways, thank you guys, and I will see you guys next week as well. Hopefully at that time I will be within my normal recording environment with some better quality audio and video. So stay tuned guys, and bye-bye.